Hi, this is Yin Yoga for your shoulders. So for this class or video, we're going to need 2 bolsters. If you don't have bolsters, you can use big cushions. So the cushions from your sofa always work really well. And then always like to have a brick handy, just in case. If you don't have a brick, big dictionary works really, really well. So we're going to come straight into our first posture, which is a variation of puppy dog. So depending on how tight your shoulders are, you may find that puppy dog is enough for you. We're looking for that stretch, so checking that your bum is over your knees, arms straight out in front. We're looking for that stretch underneath in the armpits that reaches down into our sides. For those of you who want a little bit of a deeper stretch, place your bolsters in front at the front of your mat. You can stack them one on top of the other to make them nice and high. Then place your wrists on top of the bolsters so that they're supported. And as you exhale, bring your knees under your hips and allow your forehead to drop down to the mat. If the mat is too far away, but you like having your hands nice and high, bring your brick underneath your forehead so that it supports it. You can allow your back to relax. Tailbone sticks up, you're coming into this nice bend. So find that posture that works for you. And then when you're ready, sink down into the earth. Take your time. Deep inhales in. And long exhales out. Resolve within yourself to be still. This can be very intense. Remember, in Yin, postures always work better, and our goal is always to be as motionless as possible. There are only 2 times that we're allowed to move once we're in a posture, and that is either to go deeper into a posture or to come out shallower. So if it becomes too much, don't be afraid to take away a cushion or to bring your arms back down to the earth. Deep inhales in through the nose. Long exhales out. Notice how maybe one shoulder is tighter than the other. Feel your belly pulling down to the mat beneath you. Make sure your toes are relaxed. If you feel tingling, that is your signal to come lower. Just a few more breaths. We hold a lot of stress, a lot of emotion in our shoulders. So allow yourself the opportunity, the time to explore any of those emotions that it gives rise to. And then on your next exhale, keeping your right wrist on those cushions, lift your head up gently and bring your left hand back down to the earth. We're going to do a slight twist, so bring your left arm underneath your body, reach with it to the left, and then drop your head down onto the mat on the left side of your head. So you're looking towards your right hand. Your right arm is still reaching up onto the bolsters, getting that wonderful stretch. Allow your hands to relax. Feel how the stretch has changed. With every inhale, breathe into the stretch. And with every exhale, feel your body moving to fill that space you've created. Just a few more breaths here. And then on your next inhale, lift your body up. Gently bring your left hand back underneath you. Place it back on top of your cushions. Drop the right arm down. Feel that relief in your shoulder. Slide your right hand underneath you towards the left. Drop your head down on the left side. And look towards your right hand, feeling that stretch in your left shoulder. Again, notice the differences between your two sides. Maybe this side is more difficult. Maybe it feels easier. Or maybe it felt easier at the start, but gradually you can notice that stretch is getting more intense as your body relaxes and sinks towards the earth. It's important to pay attention to all of the subtle changes, the subtle sensations within your body. Inhale nice and deeply. Feel the air pushing against that stretch. And as you exhale, feel your body relaxing just that little bit more. Coming into our last few breaths. And then on your next exhale, lift yourself back up. Gently take your hand off the bolster, come into your tabletop. And just roll yourself from side to side. Feel that release as you come out of this posture. Maybe sit back on your heels. Roll your shoulders around. Stretch your chest out. Do whatever your body feels it needs to do. This is your time between each posture. And then coming back forward to the front of your mat, gently move your bolsters off your mat. They can stay piled up. And then we're going to exhale, come down to the earth, chest onto the mat, legs nice and straight behind us. We're going to bring our arms out into a cross on either side. We're going to start off with the left arm. So on your inhale, bring the palm of your hand underneath your shoulder. Your right arm is nice and straight. Keep it in that cross position. And then bend your left leg. Start to roll onto your right hip, bringing your left foot behind you to help you. Just stretch out the front of your right shoulder. Use your left hand to control how far back you turn. So lifting the left shoulder backwards. You can shift the right hip if you need to. For those of you who want a deeper stretch, you can't feel it here, bring your left hand up And as you exhale, bring it round behind you and grab your two hands together, keeping your arms straight. Otherwise, keep your left hand in front of you. Close your eyes and enjoy the sensation. Last few deep breaths. And then exhale, roll back onto the front of your body. Not holding this one for too long today. Stretch out your left hand, turn your head to look at your right hand. Bring your right hand underneath your shoulder, bend the right leg, bring your right foot behind you, roll onto the left hip. And use your right hand to help push your right shoulder back. Drop your head down to the mat. Feel that stretch in your left arm. Breathe in nice and deeply and remember to increase that stretch, keeping your left arm where it is. Bring your right hand around behind you. Find your fingers, find your hands, grab them. Keep your arms straight to deepen that stretch. Choose the posture that works for you. You don't always have to do the hardest variation. As long as you feel a stretch, no matter how subtle, you're doing it right. There are days when we're less flexible than others. So it's important to pay attention to these variations and to understand that you're not always going to be able to touch the floor, to bring your head down to your knees. Just a few more breaths. And then on your next exhale, gently roll back to center. Bring your hands back underneath your head, under your forehead. Rest here for a moment. And then we're going to come into a back opener, working with the shoulder blades. So we're going to cross our arms in front of us, and then we're going to gently slide the left hand to the right, and then the right hand to the left. So we're crossing our arms, feeling that stretch, opening up our shoulders as we're pulling our chest nice and close, nice and tight, feeling our upper back opening. And then exhale, allow the head to relax, allow the body to relax. You can always place a brick under your forehead here if it doesn't work for you, if you can't reach them up. Take a deep inhale in. Feel your back expanding, and as you exhale, relax all the muscles in your body. Check that your bum cheeks are not clenching. Allow your muscles, your bones to settle into the space that works for them. With every inhale, feel your lungs expanding and pushing against that stretch. With every exhale, feel the relief that comes with releasing that air, that pressure. Coming into our last few breaths here. And then on your next inhale, gently lift your head, start to slide your elbows back to the correct sides, bring weight onto your forearms, and then change the sense of which way they cross. So if you had your right arm in front of your left, bring your right arm behind your left arm in front. Slide your right arm towards the left, and then slide your left arm towards the right. Might be a little bit ungainly, and then as you exhale, again start to allow yourself to relax, to lower your forehead down to the mat. And notice those differences. We always generally tend, whenever we cross anything, to favor one side. So you may have naturally done the easier side to start with and may now find that this side feels quite unnatural, quite uncomfortable. Concentrate on your breath, relax your bum, your legs, your forehead, your shoulders. Check that you're not clenching your jaw. Focus on those deep inhales, opening the back. Feel that pull on your shoulder blades. Maybe move away from your shoulders for a moment. Scan the rest of your body. Maybe bring your awareness into the soles of your feet. How do they feel being completely free? No pressure on them, facing the sky. Use your time in each posture to explore what it does to you, what it does for you. Coming into our last few breaths. And then inhale, lift yourself back up and gently slide your arms back underneath you. Feel that pressure, that relief in your shoulder. Lift yourself back up onto your knees, slowly stretch yourself out. Maybe come into a child's pose to stretch out the shoulders. Do what you need to do, rock yourself from side to side. Get that blood flowing again. And then when you're ready, we're going to come into our next posture. So this is where you're going to need your bolsters definitely. So even if you didn't use them at the start, you will need them now. So we're going to bring them onto our mat. We're going to have one bolster at the bottom, perpendicular to the mat. And then we're going to have another bolster set on top of it, parallel to the mat. So we're going to bring starting off on the right side, so the right leg is on the bottom. We're going to bring our right hip to the bolster, and we're going to bring our knees forward, and then we're going to bring our calves, our shin bones parallel to the mat. So shins are parallel to the mat, one stacked on top of the other. Hip is flush against the bolster. And then as you exhale, lie your body down, but twist your body to look towards the left. So we've got our right hip on the mat. We're lying our body down so that we're trying to get the upper back onto the bolster. And then on an inhale, lift your arm behind. And here you have a choice. So either you can leave your arm hanging behind, but for a lot of people this is incredibly uncomfortable. And also you start to get tingling in your fingers. Remember, if ever you feel tingling in your fingers, in your hands, it's because you're trapping a nerve. So you need to bring your hand back down below your heart. So one option is to have the arms straight, hanging behind, feeling the chest opening, working that shoulder. Second option is to bring your hand behind your head, look towards the left and just have the shoulder, the elbow bent and the shoulder opening in this manner. So there's no pressure on that joint of your elbow, but you're still getting that wonderful stretch down your left side. The second thing to pay attention to is your knees. So maybe you can get enough of a twist that your knees stay flat, one stacked on top of the other. However, if you're like me, your top knee will lift naturally. So what you need to do is, this is where your bricks come in handy. So either you can place another cushion that travels the length of your leg underneath, or you take your bricks and you place one brick under your knee and one brick under your ankle to support your joints so that you're lifting them off the ground so both your knees can stay flush against each other at the same height. Your hip is still against your cushion, twisting your back again to lie down, bringing your arm either straight behind you or bending the elbow, looking to the left, opening up that shoulder. And again, you can place your right hand on top of your knee to just help weigh it down. Now maybe you start to feel a stretch reaching down your left side and even into your outer left hip. So it's a shoulder opener and a side stretch and a twist. Fiddle at the beginning, play, find the posture that works for you, and then once you've arrived, resolve within yourself to stay still. We're going to be here for 3 minutes. Try not to let your left hip fall backwards. Try to keep those knees on top of each other, staying flush on the left hip. The twist is coming from your spine, not from your hips. Remember, if at any point you feel tingling in your hands, your arms, lower your hand below your heart. Take deep inhales to fill your lungs. And as you exhale, check that all your muscles are relaxed, that you're sinking down into this posture. Check that your shoulders relaxed, your hips, your chest, your arms. As you do relax, feel that stretch increasing. And then on your next exhale, just for your last few breaths, release your hand, either from behind you or behind your head, and just gently bring your left hand to your left hip. Concentrating only on the twist now. And you gently bring your head back to center to release your neck. So we're only focusing on the torso, the hips. And then on your next exhale, drop your right hand back down to the mat. Roll back onto your right side of your shoulders and gently lift yourself up out of this twist. Ooh, maybe quite nice to get out. Do whatever counter posture you feel you need. Maybe twist in the opposite direction. Maybe have a nice forward fold. Roll yourself around and prepare for the other side. So you can keep your cushions where you are. I'm going to bring mine to the other side of the mat. So again, lower cushion is perpendicular to the mat. Top cushion is parallel. Use your bricks if you need to. Don't ever be afraid to use extra props. That's what they're there for. When you're ready, bring your left hip flush against your cushion. Bring your legs so that your knees are at a right angle. Use the bricks if you need to. And your shins are parallel to your mat. Start to twist yourself round to the right, bringing your upper back down onto your cushion. Inhale, reach over with your right hand, look at your right hand. And then exhale, bring, if you want to, if it's not comfortable to have your arm loose, bring your right hand behind your head. Look towards the right, left hand on top of your knees if it helps you. Take time to adjust at the beginning. Remember to do all your fidgeting at the start. It's okay to fidget, but once you've decided that this is the spot, then you need to stay still. Deep inhales in through the nose. And long exhales out through the nose. Relax all your muscles. Check that your ankles aren't clenching. That your joints are all loose. Explore the stretch that you feel. Start with the point of greatest intensity and allow your mind to wander out from that point. Coming back if you get lost, and then starting again on your exploration. Check that your right hip is not falling back, that you're still resting on your left. Relax your jaw. Allow yourself to sink into the posture. On your next exhale, release your right hand from behind your head or behind your body. And then just gently bring it back to your right hip. And then lift your head, bringing it to center, taking the twist out of your neck and concentrating on your body and your legs. Feel how nice and open your chest is. And then exhale to release your left hand, gently roll back towards the left. Come out of your posture. Ooh, feel the release. It's the addictive part of Yin Coming out of postures is always so lovely. Do whatever you feel your body needs. Round your spine, open your throat, twist from side to side, but whatever you do choose to do, make sure that it's nice and slow, nice and gentle. You don't want any quick, sudden movements. Gently place your bolsters to one side, out of the way. Bring your knees together, feet onto the mat, and slowly lower yourself down to the ground. Bring your knees to your chest, hug them in. Rock from side to side and last little massage for the lower back. And then when you feel you're ready, straighten your legs. Allow your toes to flop open to either side. Arms by your sides, palms facing the sky. Check that your shoulders are loose, relaxed and falling into the floor, as are your hips. Your jaw is slack. And there's a lovely length in the back of your neck. As your chin ever so slightly pulls down towards your chest, so that you come to rest on that space between the base of your skull and the very back of your skull. Take a nice deep inhale in through the nose, and then exhale through the mouth. Rest here nice and easy for Savasana. Gently start to wiggle your fingers, your toes. And on your next inhale, reach back with both your arms. Stretch yourself out your shoulders one last time. Maybe push your heels out if you want to. And then as you exhale, bring your knees up, soles of your feet on the earth. Roll onto one side, support your head with your lower hand. Pause here for a moment. And then inhale, lift yourself back up. Come into a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to your knees. With an inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale nice and slowly. Bring your hands to your heart center and then to your forehead. Bow down to the earth. Thanking yourself for taking the time out of your day to reconnect. Inhale to lift back up and blink your eyes open. Namaste. I hope you feel nice and open in the chest area and that your shoulders feel a little bit better. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.